the first to know in Nsem-Pii TV.
For the special prosecutor Kisi Ejaben the former president of the Republic of Ghana Nana Addo and lawyers any kind of Ofori and so lawyers Edi Nsem-Pii ababeto abonten Edi afa Kisi Ejaben na Kisi Ejaben on KSM show and wapako make some allegations be our person or dinner Nana Addo ebe share a kwanya kenoforiata efa so a free on mine Ghana mu ha as it stands now on me e ma biema ene omo e twene sere eni basai ensema special prosecutor Kisi Ejaben e kan ene say sa time na kenoforiata e free Ghana akoro. In fact was we try bia senka ombe ebe stopping say onko nemu na Addo Akufo-Addo ene preventing no say oma no kwan na oma kenoforiata e free on mine Ghana mu ha enko. How could this be possible? In fact, ne lawyer Frank Davis no ojinemu emma kenoforiata aba bonten ene some lawyers bi omo so ejinemu emma na Addo Akufo-Addo anase emudi nachi in case of any matter bia no ana omo kire Kisi Ejaben say enu kwan se ode na Addo Akufo-Addo eba sa matter we mu kura se wa wantimi ani wadwuma as special prosecutor na se wa yenhwe han amenema bi atochema Emma be blaming na Addo Akufo-Addo. Eno na Frank Davis e kan say obi a wo na Addo Akufo-Addo na appoint wo e do boss ha office no enne wumum e na wo san e ba betwa ho aba betwe na Addo sere ene basa e wo sa kenoforiata SMLD mu e wo kwan ofa so e free o man Ghana mu ha enye na Addo Akufo-Addo ene de wo ba office ya enne che say MDC abenti why wadun say opese oye bibia na asade na Addo nso so eba be share tankuru am. In fact ene lawyers yi akasa e de akire OSP Kisi Ejaben achen say oni ne dwuma yi no nchai sa ensem na asabi o kan wo emonten yentie ensem a lawyers yi eka.
Well, good evening to your esteemed listeners and cherished viewers. I would rather wish that you people would spare me the agony of always bringing me on to respond to what the special prosecutor says. But isn't it a broken record? He is not dragging the ex-president Nana Akufo-Addo into this. He is driving Nana Addo Akufo-Addo into this. And what is the special prosecutor saying? I mean, doesn't listen to himself. It's laughable. It is on record. It is on record that before Ken Ofori left this country, he had notified the former chief of staff, which was Shema Osei-Opariado, and had notified the present chief of staff, Julius Tepa. It is a public record before he left the jurisdiction. So now, Kisi Ejaben, who got appointed by Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, he said that Nana Addo Akufo-Addo held his hands and prevented him from stopping kenoforiata from leaving this country. I mean, are we kids in this country? I mean, you people take this guy seriously? I mean, the president who appointed you for a particular office, you are saying it now that he's not in office. You are saying that this same president prevented you from having kenoforiata exit the country when kenoforiata was leaving and he had given notice. In any event, had kenoforiata been charged, even if we are going to be, we are taking what the special prosecutor is saying on the face value. At the time that kenoforiata left this country, had he been charged with any offense? Kenoforiata was walking around this country. If the special prosecutor wanted him, he couldn't get him. Kenoforiata was loitering, literally all over Accra. And if the special prosecutor wanted him for an interview, he couldn't get him. He waited for Kenoforiata to leave the country, and then the state managed and raided his home when he was out of the country. What was the special prosecutor doing all the while that Kenoforiata was in this country? Now that Kenoforiata has left, he's saying this. I mean, it is pathetic. I'm not sorry for the special prosecutor. I feel a lot of pity for him. But if his office is being hounded, he should try and handle the challenges of his office. So now the special prosecutor can go from one radio station, one television station to the other to go and talk in this manner. As of today, has Kenufuyata been charged with any offense? So Kenufuyata is just at liberty to leave this country as a citizen when he has medical challenges. Is that what the special prosecutor is saying? Has Kenneth Nanaya Kenufuyata been charged with any offense? I'm asking you. Has he been charged with any offense? So his liberty should be restricted. When the man was here, you did nothing. Now that the man has left, look at what you're saying. But I thought at one point in time, the special prosecutor, with all his eyes opened, made a very profound statement that he was going to use the force of the state behind him. Kenufuyata, if you don't come, I'll force your entry into the country. What has changed? So what has changed? And what has called for this childish interview on KSM? I mean, what has changed? We all heard him last week that he said he was going to arraign charges. He was going to charge Kenufuyata before the end of this month. I think he should concentrate on that and charge him. Then we can have this discussion. But for now, Kenufuyata has not been charged with any offense. He's just like any other ordinary Ghanaian. And if he has to travel for medical reasons, he will travel. And that is the reason why he has traveled.
Mr. Davis, how do you react to, sorry to cut him, but how do you react to people who say that to end all this, why don't Mr. Fuyata just return to the country and then face the special prosecutor? So all this, back and forth end.
What is the meaning of he should just return to the country and come and face the special prosecutor on what? No, face the special prosecutor on what? Has he been charged with any offense?
Mr. Davis, to answer the questions from the special prosecutor,
what did he come to square up with the special prosecutor for? You have asked a question. I'm asking you a question too.
Mr. Davis,
has he been charged with any offense? The man has a medical challenge. He's out of the jurisdiction. He has provided legally permissible means by which he can be interviewed. The special prosecutor says he doesn't want any of that.
The special prosecutor believes that there's no way he's going to return to the country.
Oh, the belief of the special prosecutor is not my belief. I'm not in his head. I cannot claim to be in his head. And as I always say, I'm not a clairvoyant. So I don't know what Kenufuyata is going to do the day after today or tomorrow.
But Mr. Davis, you are his lawyer. You speak to him on a regular basis. At least you have an idea his thinking.
Oh, no. Who told you that I speak to him on a regular basis? Withdraw that statement. Kindly withdraw that statement.
I withdraw. But my thinking is that because you are his lawyer, you are his counsel,
It doesn't mean that because I am his lawyer, I speak to him on a daily basis. Please. When he wants to engage me, he calls me. When I want to engage him, I call him. And we should all take cognizance of the fact that whether you believe it or not, whether you believe that Kenufuyata has a medical challenge, is going for surgery, and is recuperated, in your business. But we all know that the reason for which he left this country was that he was going for a medical procedure. He has attended onto that medical procedure. He is recuperating. As and when his doctors give him the all clear to come to Ghana, he will come. In any event, there are processes that the special prosecutor has started. He says he's going to force his entry into the country. It is permissible under law. We have an extradition arrangement with the United States of America. Kenufuyata in the United States of America, he is not underground. He is above ground. So anywhere that the special prosecutor wants to grab him, he can grab him.
Mr. Davis, thank you for your time.
Or you don't agree with me.
The SML deal, right from day one, I remember very well before the deal was constructed, Imani came out with a very lengthy diagnosis of the deal and raised serious objections to it. They felt that this deal was virtually being cooked for someone to benefit from the government through corrupt deal. Because they felt that the duty that SML was going to offer was already being offered in a much more structured and official public space. And they felt that this private institution was just being crafted and to be paid money for a job that they do not deserve. And I also want to say that the issue right from day one, I thought that SML will have taken opportunity to have a discussion to see how some of the difficult points raised by Imani and other agencies, other anti-corruption agencies, will be looked at.
Right.
It is always the case that when there is such a vehicle created and then issues are raised, right from the infant stage, I think it is prominent that people who are behind the promotion of that vehicle should hold break, sit down, look at the issues that are made, because you are a human being, and as such, you may not be the repository of all knowledge.
True.
You will have thought that this is the way to do this. But once you get a benefit of hindsight, once people raise issues and give other options, that in a way, according to Imani, will prevent the siphoning of public funds. It is important that you sit down and transparently or engage him in money and look, please, just give us some little bit of consultancy or insights into the things you have observed, because we didn't look at it from that perspective. Because sometimes in your anxiety to get a deal through, you will only be looking at your side, what is coming to you, and you may not be looking at what will affect the public purse.
True.
So I think they should have done that right from day one, because they had a great opportunity. Many times I heard Franklin Kujo, I heard Kofi Bentil, all of them talking about it. And I thought it was just issue of somebody being intransigent, somebody deciding not to listen, because the person may have his ulterior motive. That's why. But then for Council Penka to say that the procurement...
But Honorable, I mean, so that's on the SML.
Yes.
Also involving Reverend Amisha.
Yes.
But the strike issue has to do with procurement of vehicles for GR.
Yes, I know. I'm coming to that. So he I don't know whether his posture then as a Reverend Minister thought that he was infallible. Because because when Imani raised those issues about the SML issue, the same person, just around the same time, they also raised issues about the purchase of vehicles.
True.
So the purchase of vehicle was the issue that went to Shraj. Because somebody within a citizen raised the issue and petitioned Shraj. And I thought that it's just a matter of engagement. Because Nana, you said this is the cost of B. And somebody raises an issue and says the cost is just expensive. There is the same product being sold on C market at the same price. Except you want to tell me that there are some specs about this one that do not, or that are peculiar, or that are customized for you. I wouldn't have anything to say. But if you cannot really pinpoint or bring out certain things that make your product unique, that make it so different from the ones on the market, and I said the different prices or the price variations, then I think it is always important that you listen to the people. And in this issue, I will ask, if when the PPA, when the PPA drew their attention to it, what did they do? And then the PPA itself, couldn't they have used their law to stop the procurement? You understand?
Yeah.
Because you are an authority, a very important state authority with a mandate of approving such orders,
Right.
and you've examined it, and you think that due diligence has not been made, I think that if PPA under their law hasn't got that power to stop such procurement, then we have a problem. But if they have, and I believe they so do, then I think that the people who contrived the whole agreement have a problem. Because it is not an agreement that was not right from day one talked about. Issues were raised about it. And so the public became conscious of it. And if you so became so adamant and went ahead and did it, then there was something more than what you actually wanted to do. The interest of the state was no more in play.
Yeah.
It was your personal interest and self-aggrandizement. That is what I see. And so I'm not surprised Shraj has come out with it. So in all these two cases involving Reverend Amishadai, who I have a lot of respect for because of the length of time that he served in the public space, you know, then customs, GRA, and all those places. I was expecting him. He even started with the then Internal Revenue Service. You understand? So somebody who has been in that area for long, and when he rose to that level, I was expecting that I would see something different. For him, and with his clerical collar, to be involved in such serious infractions, it's a problem, because if the pastors are stealing, then me and Fuseni, I don't know.
I've heard the deputy finance minister ask that the pastors use the same zeal they use in collecting tithes to push for payment of taxes. but I don't know. I'm worried a bit about the PPA, and if it indeed has the power, the authority it is supposed to have, or it's a puppet that is being controlled.
I'll be surprised,
because even the SML deal was rejected 3 times, but still went
ahead. That's my worry. That's what I'm asking. If they so have that authority in their law, then I think that either they were negligent and they do not exercise the mandate the Constitution and the country, our laws have given them, or there was so much impunity around the time that to hell with PPA. Yeah, no, son, you understand that attitude to hell with PPA. And it's something that I think that we should all look at seriously, because when we have institutions as politicians, we have state institutions, people who have been given the responsibility to guard against abuses and infractions like this, and we make them moribund, we make them incapable of biting, or doing what they are supposed to do, then we are creating a fertile ground for people to abuse the system, corrupt the system, and benefit thereof. Because if those institutions that will check and possibly prevent such abuses are made impotent, then it becomes difficult for them to exercise their duty. But then I think that when they raise the objection and they saw that the purchases and the procurement have gone ahead, I think I saw something in their law that should have given them the opportunity to immediately raise the red flag and they themselves start the issue of using Attorney General to prosecute.
Right.
But I think they were negligent. And I thought that was the environment that existed at the time. That was the environment that existed at the time. You know, I don't know whether we are discussing PDS, but you know, PDS also went through the same character. Exactly. People raised objections, people raised issues about it, and still it went ahead. So it's maybe the impunity of the time allowed people to flourish in their corruption, allowed people to do what they want, neglecting advice, throwing away state institutions that have been created to prevent certain things. And I think it's if today Reverend Amishadai of all people is being asked to refund or pay back or to be prosecuted on this amount of money, then I think we have a problem.
Very well.